Welcome, Hudson Valley, to this week's edition of In Touch, the award-winning public affairs and issues program that runs across Townsquare Media, the Hudson Valley radio stations. Melaine Rottkamp, President and CEO of Dutchess Tourism, returns to In Touch to fill us in on all the great festivals and activities happening this fall in Dutchess County. Not just that, we also discuss their upcoming 2023 Awards of Distinction, along with their latest award recognition for the 2023 Tourism Excellence Awards from New York State Tourism Industry Association. We invite you to listen to a previously recorded conversation between Melaine and myself here on In Touch. Hello, Hudson Valley. You're listening to another edition of In Touch, Townsquare Media, the Hudson Valley's award-winning public affairs and issues program. She's back. We got ourselves Melaine Rottkamp from Dutchess Tourism, one of our good friends here on In Touch, and we were trying to figure out if this is the fourth or fifth time, technically, that you're on. We definitely had one time when Patty was still around, but I was working with her. Then at least two other times, but we feel like we're forgetting one.
They all kind of blur together because they're so much fun, and it's hard to keep track.
It is hard to keep track. But one thing I got to say, this is really bringing back around full circle because the first time we did it was for the fall season.
That's right.
So we are coming back around, and no, this is not just going to be some repeat or you can go back and listen to the old one and it's the same thing. No, this is the Hudson Valley. This is Dutchess. There's so much going on, and hence why we need her back in. We need this expertise.
Well, you know what? I have a team of experts to back me up, and
absolutely,
that's what's awesome. So, first, we all from Dutchess Tourism want to congratulate you on your award, and that's amazing. And we're so thrilled to be a little part of your success.
Oh, absolutely.
Good. So that's awesome. But you're right. There's always new things to do in the Hudson Valley. There's those favorites, those perennial favorites, but then there's those new things too that keep you coming back, and we've got a lot to talk about. Absolutely.
And for those keeping track from the last time, we are standing, by the way. We had to again. We were actually starting to sit down. We were in a different studio this time. It was like Melaine says, "Oh, we're not standing." It's like we can do it. We can make it happen.
It's good posture.
Absolutely.
You have to come across.
Absolutely. So, all right, Melaine, I know you've been on the show plenty of times, but for those who are just tuning in for the first time, what is Dutchess Tourism?
Dutchess Tourism is a 501c6 nonprofit. We're the dedicated destination marketing organization for Dutchess County. So we're an independent, governed by a board of directors, but our job is to get visitors from all over the world to come here to Dutchess County and to spend their money for the benefit of all our businesses and for the benefit of our residents. So I was hoping that today I would finally have our numbers from 2022 from the state report. I still don't have them. But I can tell you that in 2021, $632 million was spent by visitors in Dutchess County.
Wow.
So what that means then is because of all that outside money coming into our county, that saves our residents almost $800 on their taxes. Every homeowner would have to contribute that $800 to make up for that visitor spending if it all went away.
That's an incredible amount of money, and certainly not the kind of money that I am able to spend willy-nilly like that. So.
And it goes towards, all the things that we love, from parks and roads and bridges to emergency services to youth programming to mental health care and all those kind of things. So this money, some of it comes to me to continue to do the work that I do. I would like more of it to come to me because then I could do more stuff.
Absolutely.
But we're real proud that we were just recognized by the New York State Tourism Industry Association with 4 marketing awards.
I was about to say something about that. Yeah. I saw you guys post that on Facebook, and I was like, yes!
I think it's a record number. I don't know that anybody's won 4 before, so we're really excited. And part of that is because we had more money last year. We had a grant for totaling with our contribution in the states $500,000. So we were able to do a lot more things. And 2 of those extra projects were part of that those awards. So really thrilled to be recognized for that hard work that our team did and our creative folks that we work with. So yeah, it's exciting to be here in Dutchess County. We have so much to promote. So I'm so excited to share with everybody.
I am so excited as well. And by the way, $450,000 worth of that went towards In Touch. Just being honest. We are completely free. We are completely free. You just hit us up and we'll get you on. I'm kidding. Wouldn't that be nice though?
I know, but and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk to your listeners, because our money has to go to outside the area.
Yeah.
You all are here and spending your money, which is awesome, and we love that, and our businesses need that. That's right. But we're bringing in people from Germany and the UK and Canada and Italy and France and California and Florida and Ohio and Oklahoma and all the other states. It's fun to track and to talk to people on the phone who call us. They want to come to the Sheep and Wool Festival in October. That is a huge festival that brings people from all over the world. They want to come to the Hudson Valley Wine and Food Festival. They want to come to the Dutchess County Fair. They want to come to the FDR Library and the Culinary Institute of America and Bard College for Summerscape and the Bard Music Festival. So I have an abundance of riches here to promote.
Just so good. And we were saying about this before we got onto the mic, that really August through November is really festival season here in the Hudson Valley.
Yeah.
Like everybody thinks is like summer. Absolutely. Summer's great for festivals and so many events. But we really thrive in kind of that borderline late summer, fall time frame.
Yeah.
That's where the Hudson Valley really shines.
Yeah, it's so beautiful here. I grew up actual upstate. This is not upstate. I grew up real upstate.
Anybody who says this is upstate, no, just keep going. Keep going.
But in the fall, I remember being a kid and going to school, and you wore jeans and a sweater on the first day of school in September because that was the weather.
90s.
But here it's so much warmer into the fall. There's so much more enjoyable in the fall.
I was going to say it's still 90s here by that time.
I know, right? And so, but it extends our season. You can get out and be out more and be comfortable and go apple picking and pumpkin picking and eat cider donuts and all that good stuff. So fall here is just primo.
Absolutely so good. My girlfriend's from the Schenectady area, and we keep saying we need to get you back down here for the fall, check out some more orchards and whatnot. So it's going to be tough. She's also in grad school too, so that doesn't help. But
no, there'll be a time.
Absolutely.
You don't have to do everything all at once.
No. We checked out a couple of orchards last year, of course, the Walkway, and went to. Actually, we didn't get to a couple of the mansions. That's our next thing on the list. She hasn't been to Vanderbilt or Mills yet or anything. Yeah. So no, that's next on the list. We got the Walkway, Quiet Cove, things like that.
That's great, though. And that's just what it is. Take our Dutchess Tourism destination guide and circle the things that you want to do. Go through it like the Sears catalog at Christmas and say, hey, I've got because really, you've got a free day. Yep. You're like, I don't know what to do. Well, first of all, you could go to DutchessTourism.com and look at the event calendar, see what's going on. But otherwise, even I do that with restaurants, because there's so many great restaurants, but there's certain ones that maybe are off the beaten path and aren't always top of mind, and I keep forgetting until you go past and I'm like, I keep forgetting I want to go there.
It's true though. You're right. It's out of sight, out of mind kind of thing.
Casa Ortega is like that for me. Everybody I talk to says Casa Ortega in Wappingers Falls is the place to go, and it's on a little side street. I always forget. I just need to put a post-it note and tape it to my dashboard so that when we're driving by, that's where we're going for dinner tonight.
That would be perfect, honestly. Actually, I haven't made it over either. We should both go. We should just go. Why not? Absolutely. Tonight, you free?
I'm free. Free for food anytime.
Absolutely. Honestly, that's what I said to people. It's you got to eat. You got to eat. So you mentioned the Dutchess Tourism website, so I think that's a perfect segue into this. You guys have these wonderful landing pages. Do you have? Will you have the fall one up? It's all set? Because I know it's when does that go up? When can people expect, to have the fall? Because, we're still on that borderline, it's end of August right now. It's that borderline of summer, fall. So people can find the fall stuff.
So the team is working really hard. And so you're going to have that transition. You're going to still be able to look at the DutchessTourism.com/summer to see some of those other things. And some of them carry over into the fall. And then look at that DutchessTourism.com/fall for those fall activities. Some of the spotlights that are on there that are going to continuously be updated. So everything on fall like where to see the best fall foliage, what's going on for Halloween. That won't be up quite yet.
Yep.
And because a lot of times people, if you're a business owner out there, please, and you're doing events, let us know as soon as possible, because the longer we have to promote you, the better it is. If you call me on the Wednesday before your Saturday event, that's going to be hard.
That's tough.
So, the more advance notice that we get for all the things that you're doing, the better it is. And of course, that's just in Dutchess. But if you're in Ulster, call up Ulster County Tourism. If you're in Orange, call up Orange County Tourism. And same with Columbia and other places in the Hudson Valley. Every county has their own. They're all a little bit different than we are. They're each county departments, whereas we're independent. But we all are there to market and promote our regions. And then we do work cooperatively together as Hudson Valley Tourism. But,
absolutely.
For that fall landing page, not only where to see those best peak leaf places, but apples and pumpkin picking, where to get the best cider donuts. Sometimes we'll do spotlight interviews. So one of the things that's coming up in November are our Dutchess Tourism Awards of Distinction. So there's some new categories this year, and once we announce the 3 finalists in each category, we're going to start doing spotlights on them, so you can learn more about them. So that's always really fun, talking to people who are passionate about what they do.
Is that something people can vote for, or how does that work?
It's not. There's a lot of voting contests around here.
Hence why I wanted to ask.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Anybody can nominate. Nominations are closed for this year, but we do open up nominations for anybody. So if you have a favorite place that you want to highlight for whatever category that it fits, we take those from the public, but then it's merit-based.
Gotcha.
And we have a committee of people that compares and contrasts, and it's really people who continue to grow and enhance what they're doing. It's not necessarily the biggest players on the block. It could be a real small site, but if they're continuing to innovate, we want to shine a light on that, because that's awesome. If they're working to collaborate, that's a new category we have this year on collaborations.
Yeah.
Because we're seeing a lot of really cool ones, so we want to highlight that. So it is merit-based. There is no voting here, but anytime, next year when we come out, we ask for those nominations, send them in to us. We want to hear what you think.
That's terrific, honestly. And that's hence why I want to ask. I just want to make sure whether people are looking out for it, but that is terrific. Again, you're listening to In Touch, Townsquare Media, the Hudson Valley's award-winning public affairs and issues program. We got the lady herself, Melaine Rottkamp from Dutchess Tourism, talking about the landing page for the fall, talking about where you can get the best foliage, the best apple cider donuts, apple picking. There's so much you can check out on those landing pages. And that's kind of the general thing. There's the things that are always going to be there. But now let's talk about some of the really cool events that you guys have highlighted and sponsored. And of course, there's so many. And as you said, if you own a business or you got an event out there happening this fall, let Melaine know now.
Yeah.
Don't wait until a week before. They will help you now. And I think that's so cool, just to be able to help each other out in that way. But enough of me talking. Tell us about some of the stuff that we should go to this fall.
Yeah, so Labor Day weekend is going to be big. There is a lot going on. Everything from Barton Orchard's Sunflower Festival. That's week 2 of their Sunflower Festival. There's hay rides to 11 different varieties of sunflower fields. Their farmers market, their tap room will be open again. They're rebuilding after the fire that they had. You have 20 local beers and hard ciders on tap. Of course, the petting zoo and the animals are always adorable. We'll have some apples to pick. Later in the season, they'll have pumpkins, but Barton Orchards is great. Hudson Valley Cold Press Oils will finish their sunflower cutting every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're having live music and food, and I've seen the sunsets there on their farm. It is so beautiful. You just bring your own chair and relax and let the stress melt away. Also, that weekend is the Hudson Valley Hot Air Balloon Festival. There's a huge festival at Timor Park, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Balloon liftoffs morning and evening, but not just the liftoffs in the evenings, but lots of food and live music and lawn games and other activities for people to check out. Bring your cameras. It's just gorgeous. I was looking last night at my photos from last year and just, I love it nighttime when they do the moon.
Yes.
They're called moon glows. So it's dark.
Yeah.
And they've got some balloons on the ground and they'll fire them up so that the light from the flame makes the hot air balloons glow. And it's so beautiful, and they'll put it with music and everything. So, that's a not to be missed event. Those are all Labor Day weekend. And then the weekend afterwards always is the Hudson Valley Wine and Food Festival at the Dutchess County Fairgrounds.
So good.
And that is always fantastic. You don't want to miss that. Wines from all over the state and beyond. It's a good time. They do a wonderful job of really showcasing those craft beverages that we have here. That's coming up. The Hudson Valley Gospel Festival is coming up at the end of the month. So if you want to hear some great gospel music, that's terrific. We talked about the Sheep and Wool Festival in October. That is a huge festival at the Dutchess County Fairgrounds as well. But there are tons of events happening. All our farms are having you pick. And, if you can support our farms right now, that's really critical for them because a lot of them lost crops this year. We had some really warm days in February. We had that really terrible frost in May. It's been very wet, but a lot of them are really pushing and trying to make this fall as strong as it can. So please go out and support our local farmers because they are so critical to our well-being, to our quality of life, to our economy.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you mentioned how crazy this year has been when it comes to the weather. You're right. We had some really warm spells early on. We had the late frost. Then we had the flooding, the air quality.
Yeah.
It's all been all over the place. And it's so, being able to support that. But also when you go to places like this, if they're not at their A game like they would like to be because of it, be patient.
Yeah.
But you know what? Keep supporting because that's what's going to get them through to the next year. If you love them, then you'll support them. You'll help them out during this time.
Yeah,
and
we're
that's
in
so
this
important.
together. We're in it together, right?
So much.
Yeah, it's really important. And one of the ways that you can do that, whether it's summer or fall or whatever season, is we have Dutchess Tourism's Finders.
I was just about to ask about that. Yes.
So the newest one since we last talked, I don't think it came out yet, but if it did, it was really close, is we have the Farm Finder. And so we have about 14 different farms participating in that one. And you go around, you earn points, you get entered to win gift certificates, but they're farms that you can do things at. So places like, we talked about Barton Orchards, but Lilymore Alpaca Farm and McEnroe Organic Farm and Rose Hill Farm, where you can enjoy their lovely ciders while you also pick their fruits.
So good.
Sukup Farm with maple. They do maple, but they're also going to have hay rides and pumpkins this fall. Fishkill Farms, always fantastic. Do yoga on the farms. They have that on I think it's Saturday mornings they do that. I would love to be able to do yoga. I don't move slow enough.
I don't think slow is anything to do with you. It's like bing, bing, bing.
The pacing of it, I'm so bad at that. But someday I'll get there. My dad's 78. He just started doing yoga. He's like me, so he's like, I'm so proud of him.
All right, downward dog. All right, now tree pose. Okay, now this is like, okay, are we done?
I know, right? Just boom, boom, boom. Accomplished.
It's not CrossFit, Melaine. It's yoga.
I know, I'm trying to check the boxes, but I'll get there. Trying to breathe deeply. I learned about box breathing recently, and so trying it. It's it's a work in progress. But Greek Farm up in Red Hook, they're great. They have their Hudson Valley Market as well. They've got cute goats there. The trails there on the farm are something you can do. You could check in with multiple passes at Greek Farm because you could do the Farm Finder guide, but also their trails are on our Zen Finder guide.
Ooh, okay.
So you'll have to just go check out their website and go visit them.
Perfect.
But yeah, Z Farms Organics and Dover Plains are on the pass. Elk Ravine Farm, that's an animal experience that they have there. And then also like Cloverbrook Farms. They have a lot of classes and things that are happening there. We had family visiting from outside the area. We took all the little ones to see the goats and the sheeps and the llamas and the alpacas and learning the differences between them. And they loved it. We had such a fun time with that.
That is awesome. I love all of this. And we got another finder I really want to talk about. But first, again, you're listening to In Touch, Townsquare Media, the Hudson Valley's Public Affairs and Issues program. We're speaking with Melaine from Dutchess Tourism. I have to say it every time. Melaine, tell us about the Story Finder now, because fall is so good for that.
Yeah.
Like we get spooky season, so everybody wants to go on these tours. Anything with history, people are going to weave it into a way to, get into spooky season. But besides the spooky
stories, there's a lot of just like really great stories because, we're a very historic area.
Right. There are. So the Story Finder has 9 different partners on it. And again, this is a free pass. There's discounts at the places if you go there and perks.
We like
but
that.
places like Bannerman Castle, which Native Americans thought was a haunted island. So if you want to talk about that, but the tours they do are wonderful. They do special events out there, movies, live theater, other things, and they're on the pass. I don't know. Have you ever been to the Hopewell Depot Museum?
No, I haven't.
It's wonderful. It's on the Dutchess. It's where the Dutchess Rail Trail and the Maybrook Trail line meet in Hopewell Junction.
I'm familiar.
And there's a old train depot there that has a museum in it. And they have done such a wonderful job of creating that historical depiction of what happened there. The trains that ran through that station, and there's a signal tower, and now there's a new caboose that's there. They raised money for. They just had a ribbon cutting earlier this year for the caboose for the 150th anniversary of the Hopewell Depot. So the Paul Stitch and the other folks that work there are so great. Open definitely on weekends, but ride your bike there, go walk there, and stop in at the museum and talk to the folks there and see the displays. Good for all ages.
I take it back. I have been there. It wasn't clicking in my mind right away, but it's gorgeous over there. Truly is.
Yeah.
I think the last time I was there was like maybe 2021 or something. So that means I need to get back.
You do, because they've added a lot more improvements.
Well, they got the caboose.
The caboose is cool.
That was a big thing for me when I was little. I was really into trains, and like anytime we found like a caboose anywhere, my parents would point it out, and I'd be like, caboose.
Yes.
So
yeah, we had those.
A lot has not changed
in our house. Yeah, adults and children alike. We're definitely trained people. But some other places, obviously the places that we all know, Locust Grove, Statsburg State Historic Site, Mount Goulian in Beacon, telling their story. But you might not be familiar with Wethersfield Estate and Gardens out in Amenia. That's also a gorgeous property it's not on the Hudson River like all the other ones. So you got to go to Amenia to check that out. But beautiful and great programming that they have there at Wethersfield Estate and Gardens.
Ooh, that's really good. Oh, what a shame, though. You can't keep just sailing the Hudson.
Yeah, we've got a lot of those.
Like most of us, we can all sail on the Hudson, right? Oh, my God.
Well,
I want
you
a boat.
can. Yes, you all can, because Nothing But Time sailing charters sailing out of Shadows Marina. Go check them out.
Yes, that is fair. I was talking to you about owning a boat, but yes, that is a great way of getting the feeling of it. I've done that multiple times. I do love that. That is nice.
You can also do the Sloop Clearwater.
Yes, Sloop Clearwater.
They do free sales, public education.
I remember talking to them last fall. They were terrific.
Yeah, all about the conservation and the river. And we're excited because in August, when you hear this, we'll have had our film crew here and capturing some of those key summer events. And I'm really excited because, hopefully the weather was awesome and we were able to get out on the river with them, because seeing our area through the river and the Hudson and the mountains is spectacular.
It really is.
It's so special. I wish we had more boats, but it's something we're working on. So, hopefully next time or two when I get to talk to you, I'll have more news to share on that front.
Absolutely. Like the Hudson River is what sets this area apart from everything else. And it's so gorgeous. We really are one of a kind here.
Yeah.
We really are. And it's really gorgeous. Unfortunately, the time is running out. We've got a lot in this episode already. But Melaine, is there any last little nugget? How should people find Dutchess Tourism? We talked a little bit about that, but just the final ribbon on this episode.
Yeah, so DutchessTourism.com has everything you need to see and do. Invite your friends and family to come visit. We want to welcome them. And we want to help you plan an amazing trip for them, whether it's a day trip or an overnight. They don't have to stay with you. We have great hotels. So, come stay at our new hotels. There's a bunch that are going to be opening. Homewood Suites 2 in Poughkeepsie on Route 9. Belfield at Historic Hyde Park is set to open at the end of Q4. We're looking forward to having the sake brewery, Desai Blue,
So
in Hyde
good.
Park coming. So new exciting things happening. Mix them in with old favorites and you'll have an amazing time.
That sake brewery, that's been so long now, well before the pandemic started to try to get
Yeah.
up. So people ask us all the time since, we do all these articles and, In Touch, of course. It's like, do you guys know? It's like, we know as much as you do.
Well, it's coming and it's going to be amazing because they're producing incredibly high-end sake there at this place. And it's impressive. It's really impressive. So I can't wait for everybody to come and see. And they're going to have tours be open to the public and tastings. And yeah, it's going to be another really wonderful jewel in our crown.
That's so good. It's only like 8 minutes from my house, so that's going to be very disastrous.
Well, mixing in some history with that. We talked about
Absolutely.
the FDR Library, the new exhibit, Black American Civil Rights and the Roosevelt's 1932 to 62 is not to be missed as well.
So good. I remember, we talked a little bit about that in the summertime, but now, it's still going. That's
through the end of 2024.
beautiful. So you got plenty of time to do it, but also don't sit on it either. Absolutely.
Yeah, because then there'll be just new things to do. So just pile up.
Exactly.
You gotta pace yourself.
Pace yourself. There are too many things, and you know what? Melaine is a wealth of knowledge, and we appreciate you. Thank you again for coming on for In Touch. And again, we'll probably have you for the winter.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
I love it.
See, it just makes it so easy. Well, again, thank you so much, Melaine, for being here on In Touch.
Thank you.
This has been this week's edition of In Touch, the award-winning public affairs and issues program that runs across Townsquare Media, the Hudson Valley radio stations. We want to give a big thank you to Melaine, as always. For more information on Dutchess Tourism, please visit dutchesstourism.com. Of course, all links and information can be found in the description of this episode. Whether you have been listening for a while or you've just joined us, thank you. You can find In Touch episodes new and old on your favorite streaming services like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and more. That and listen on demand with your Townsquare radio station mobile app. Of course, you can still find all articles and audio under the In Touch tab on this radio station's app and website. And don't forget, we're also on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at InTouch_HV. If you like what we do here on In Touch and want to be on the show, let us know. Whether you have a topic you want discussed or you want to be a guest, the best way to contact us is through our office number 845-471-1500 or email direct to connor.walsh@townsquaremedia.com. I've been your host, Connor Walsh. Until next time, stay curious, keep an open mind, and as always, I'm glad we get to spend some time.